Are we not allowed to talk about? I can't remember what we signed. Are we not allowed to talk about the show since we're not going on?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Frick 'em. Let's talk about it. Did that girl get back to you?
Yeah.
What'd she
say?
say?
They closed the application.
How did we not get on there?
I don't know.
What's their problem?
I'm pretty positive we're gonna watch the show and be like, I'm so glad we didn't go on this.
Was it
If they didn't
Survivor?
accept us.
Yeah, I guess, right?
No, it was some
We applied for a game show.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't even apply. They suggested us to apply.
Yeah, this old producer. I may or may not have applied. Actually, I didn't apply then either. This chick reached out to me on Instagram. We have this dating show coming
This
up.
was like 5 years ago.
Yeah. I don't know what these documents are, bro. I just skimmed through them.
Yeah.
But I don't want them releasing any of my application videos.
You just don't want that to come to light. Oh, I need it. I need it so bad. That's out there somewhere. I have to find it. Oh, I have to. I have to find that.
All right, start over. What? So
Okay, years ago, I got reached out to on Instagram to apply for a dating show.
okay.
And I was like, sure. Applied for the show. They loved me and they're like, all right, we're going to do this show. And then like a week later, they were like, the network canceled our show. So they were like, but the producer loved you. Like, can we create a show based off of you? And it was like some weird idea. I was like, what's the idea? They're like, we're basically gonna like have two guys. You're gonna be one of them, and it's gonna be like the millionaire versus the non-millionaire. But the girls aren't gonna know who's who, and they're gonna choose one of you, and then they're gonna basically like find out after to like find out if like they can tell who has the money. I'm like, sure. That's not gonna work. and I actually like was like, no, I don't like that idea. So I said no.
Yo, imagine like it's like who's the millionaire and who's not, and you roll out and it's you, and then it's just like some little nerdy guy. And you're like, the girls are like, what the hell?
Yeah,
is this?
I was like, I don't think this is gonna go the
It's
way
not
you
gonna
think.
go the way you
Like,
think. It's absolutely not gonna go the way you think. Yeah.
So I was like, stupid idea. Fast forward years later, another girl from the same producer company, whatever, reached out and was like, hey, this guy, Chad or whatever, like remembered you from years ago. We're doing this new show. Do you would you be open to applying for this game show? It's gonna be what's it called?
Trivia.
Trivia based. And right when they said that, and they were like, you're gonna need a partner. And my wife was listening. And she said partner, like both our eyes lit up, and then they were like trivia, and I was like, and so I was like, there's only one guy to call. And so I was like, yeah, I'm open to it. So I called Bo and I was like, bro, we're finally doing it. We're going on a game show. We need to get our passports. It's in like 3 weeks. And then we applied, like we filled out the application. She was like, yeah, I'm going to put it on the top of the pile. Like they want you. So just, fill it out and do like your intro video. So we both did it and then just never heard back.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm shocked. So I have some theories as well. I always got theories for stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, one of the things that I was like very much debating, like not even putting in at all. Well, first off, I had to like, I didn't lie,
Yeah.
but I didn't go like full bore what I'm into. I wasn't like, oh, the fighting and hunting and trucks.
Yeah.
Go USA. Like
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I don't want him to think I'm like a freaking redneck or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, which I'm into that stuff, but like if you just say it straight up, it sounds a certain way.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do that. But one thing I did put was, it was like, I forget what the question was, but it was something like, name 3 things about you that are like insanely interesting or whatever. Like it was like maybe like something like 3 things that are crazy interesting that somebody want to know about you. And I said something, and then I was like, I've golfed with the U.S. president, blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
And so then I was like, because in my mind I was thinking, I was like, That's pretty dope. Like that's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
But then I'm figuring like they probably were like libs.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm pretty
like,
positive you screwed us.
I thought I shouldn't have put that in, but I was like, I'm not gonna not put that.
I was thinking that anyway. I was like, I think we're too like
Masculine?
straight up American conservative.
But that's great. That's like what makes good TV. It's like they gotta take their emotions out of it.
I know, but
Yeah.
like that's the only possibility in my mind because
Yeah, they're just like, frick these guys.
Yeah.
We don't want any like, and I'm like, all right, well,
yeah. So
'cause that's what I feel like the media. You don't really have that in the media right now.
Yeah.
Like in those type of scenario shows, everybody's like soft and
yeah.
you know, empathy, accepting this, that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I just think they probably didn't want.
Yeah, I'm curious to see.
They didn't want that much testosterone in the building.
Yeah, and it's like
true.
then they just would have had to give out all of the actual prizes. I think they're trying to like set up a show where they don't have a clear winner. But I'm curious to see who are like the actual duos they choose.
I'm
because
interested.
That's going to tell a lot about
It will, yeah.
Did you see any of the other people that
No.
like apply?
We just put our application in, but I just don't know how you couldn't.
Yeah,
Especially like you look at our social medias,
yeah.
you'd be like, all right, yeah.
And they
this
also
is great
sought
TV.
me
and they
out.
reached out to him.
So I'm like, what? Don't freaking reach out to me.
Don't tease me.
Yeah, and
like
then
that.
then just freaking not accept us.
You weren't married the last time they hit you up, obviously.
I wasn't.
I don't
Yeah.
think that it was not a dating show though.
No, I made it very clear that she was like, "Don't worry." Yeah, I should have just called you my partner and left it at that,
Dude,
And
if
then
we would have just left it at that,
Yeah.
we'd definitely be on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But
That's true.
I think we could have general enough. But yeah, so that was like, I thought for sure we were doing it, and then wasn't meant to be. So
But we're gonna
Yeah.
get on something.
yeah,
We got to.
yeah. But we were gonna go on and just not tell anybody, and then just be watching the show.
Yeah.
And then people are like, "Wait,
What
what
the hell? Yeah. Maybe they didn't think we'd be good at trivia.
No, I don't think they give a crap about who's good at trivia.
I don't think that's the point.
Well, I'm sick at trivia.
I don't think they want you to be good. I
No?
think
Oh, well.
they just want us to be entertaining. And the talk, they were basically like, it's less about the trivia and more about you two like
You're-
talking it out. And I'm
Okay.
like, that's gonna be extremely
over.
entertaining. Yeah.
Bunch
Yeah.
of ladies sitting in a circle.
Yeah. So we'll see when it comes out.
Yeah, no. We probably if we didn't get selected, it was not for us.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. If you could go on any show, what would you pick? Love
Probably
Island.
like
Reality show.
reality shows way different.
Well, yeah, like
Or game show.
game show or reality show, either way. But like not like a
Game show, I'm thinking like Jeopardy.
like if you were
Wheel
gonna
of
say like Game of
Fortune.
Thrones,
That's what I thought he was gonna say.
you're like, yeah, I would like to be the main character. I'd like to be the main character.
I'd like to be
of-
Thor.
Of Game
I'd like
of
to be the
Thrones.
wall.
Yeah, yeah.
Reality
You mean
show.
the mountain?
The mountain.
The wall.
No, definitely Beast Games. Biggest
Yeah,
cash
Beast Games or
prize.
game show, or
Yeah.
excuse me, reality show or game show. Yeah, Beast Games would be fun. But Beast Games is a little tough because you could just get rocked first round and have like
Yeah.
no chance.
I would love for us to go on Fear Factor.
Yeah, I bet you want to eat those bull testicles. You liver king freaking.
Like I'm just here for the testosterone, the free testosterone.
Is that still going or no? It's
I don't
out.
think so.
Yeah.
But-
Joe Rogan hosted that, didn't
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that's
on
how
in
he got
the
big.
barbershop the other day, and I was like,
Was it?
Dang, this would have been a good
Fear
show to be
Factor
on."
was dope.
Yeah.
I didn't the eating and the like the nasty stuff. That's all you.
Yeah.
I would have done the other stuff.
The spiders and snakes.
The snakes I'm fine with. I could do
Yeah.
snakes. I just don't want to like eat anything or like whatever.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they go real crazy with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, there was a new show that was real dope. Frick, what was it called? But the host, it was on Netflix. It was called Camp something, I think. But they took a bunch of people from other reality shows.
Battle Camp.
Battle Camp, yeah. I've told you about this, I think. So they took a bunch of people from other shows, like Cheer and what's like all the like dating shows and stuff that Netflix do.
Too Hot to Handle.
Too Hot to Handle.
Squid Game.
Yeah, Squid Games. Yeah. And they basically formed them in teams and had them do challenges and stuff. And then with the elimination, they eliminated people one by one. But the way they eliminated them was for every like successful challenge for every time you're unsuccessful in a challenge, your name goes on this wheel. And it's like a Wheel of Fortune wheel. And you could have your name up there 5 times, or you could have your name up there 0 times. And like then everybody votes, and each vote counts as one section for your name on the board, and then they spin it.
Dang.
And then you could have one. Somebody else could have 18, and you could have 1. And if it lands on you, you're done.
Dang.
Yeah, bro. So it's like way more chance based.
Yeah.
But you give yourself the best chance to win if you win the challenges, and then you have to have good relationships too, because you don't want people to vote for you. So it's
crazy.
It's a pretty cool cool concept.
That is a good concept.
Yeah. One of the ones they had them do, one of the challenges was they had see how many steps they could do in an hour.
Oh, wow.
It was just like max steps for an hour, and they just had a pedometer on their ankle, and one girl did like 9,000.
Jeez.
Yeah. The other one that was cool too was like you had to sit in a cold tub. And so they had them sit in a cold tub, and it was like whoever lasts the longest sitting in the cold tub. And then if you went 5 minutes, you just had to go head under and just hold your breath. And whoever came out first was done.
I feel like 5 minutes isn't that bad.
Well,
Like,
it
did
was
most of them hit that?
They all did.
Okay,
They all
that's
hit the
what I was
first
gonna
5
say.
minutes, and then they went under, and it was like
Yeah, who can hold their breath?
who can hold their breath the longest, but in the freezing cold water.
Dang, that's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. There was a bunch of good challenges. The one was like a nasty eating gross stuff, and that girl was there was like 2 girls and a dude, and the girls were just like, no,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's
Yo,
like the one show. If you like, they ask you a question. If you don't want to answer it, you have to eat like gross food.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember what it was called. It was like spill
remember
your
that.
guts or something.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it was bad.
Yo,
but they would
there's
ask them like some legit questions, and they'd be
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah.
there's some crazy highlights of those ones that are like, you go up and it's like you put somebody on the spot and they take a lie detector test, and if they tell the truth, they get the money, and if they
Yeah.
lie, they don't.
Oh, really?
And like people were finding out that they were like not their real parents and
Oh.
like crazy stuff. Like,
Wow.
yeah. You guys haven't seen this?
No.
No, what's it? Do you remember what it's
I
called?
don't know. It was something about like it was something to do with a lie detector, and it was like, all right, first question. It was like
Lie detector.
Who's your best-
The moment of truth.
moment of truth. Yeah, it was like the first question. It would be like, it would be super easy. It would be like, who's your longest childhood friend? And then it would be like, oh, this person, blah blah blah. And then it'd be like, all right, next question. What is like? Is there? It would just get progressively
Yeah,
crazier, and then it would be like they would have kind of screened these people so they know. So then they ask the specific like
Dang.
deepest darkest secrets of their life for like $1 million, $1 million.
That's crazy.
Crazy,
Dude,
yeah.
you gotta listen to this. On the 5th episode, which aired on February 25th, 2008, contestant Lauren Clary truthfully admitted over the course of play that she had been fired for stealing money from her employer. She believed that her ex-boyfriend who was present and asked this question is the man she should be married to, and that since her wedding day 2 years earlier, she had sexual relationships with someone other than her husband. After truthfully admitting to these actions, with her mother staring furiously at her and her husband sitting with his head in his hands, she was eliminated for saying yes on the question of whether she believes she's a good person.
Oh. That's dark.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro, it got crazy dark.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, it got real dark real quick.
I can't believe they
I just
released
can't believe that you would go on the show.
Yeah, I wonder what how that vetting process was.
Imagine the last question for $1 million. Do you believe you're a good person? Yes. $0 to you, sucker. A real crazy one that I was watching. Shoot, what is it? It's Temptation Island.
Dude,
Crazy.
me and my girlfriend watched that show. Awful.
It's
That
a
was
great show.
Oh, great. But like you knew walking into it.
You're just feeling it for
Yeah.
these people just going through it.
It's bad.
Have I told you the concept?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like 4 couples. Then they switch out. They each go to different houses. So it's all the girls in one house, all the guys, and then they just bring in 15 freaking dudes or chicks to try to tempt them. Yo, did I tell you about the end of what happened with the newest season and the one dude? Bro, this is crazy. So the one dude had been dating this guy was married, divorced his wife. Oh, he was real young. He was like in his early
18, I think.
He got married at 18, was married for 5 years, divorced his wife, started dating this chick who he met at a bar. She was the bartender. Then like a month later, and then literally went from being divorced to a month later with this chick. Was dating her for like 3 years, right? So it's obviously a great situation. So they're all freaking there, and he's like, they're just at each other from the jump. Like she's just at his neck, and he's just like, whatever. Like you can tell they're ready to be separate, but they still have like that fire. So they're still like, you could tell they're like a little into each other, but it's not going to work. So the chicks roll up, and they're all like decked out, right? And she's like, which chick? She's like, who's your number one? Like right away. And he's like, that girl. She's unbelievable. Like just hyping this chick up right to his girlfriend's face. And she's like, you mother effer. Like immediately gets pissed. So then they leave. They come back, and they're like, all right, we're going to set ground rules before we separate. So they're like, no touching, no kissing, no nothing. Like you can't do anything. And so they leave. They go separate. Immediately this dude is like with this other chick, but like he's being fairly respectful at the beginning, but he basically ends up just like with this new chick. And this new chick is like, they're all about each other. They're doing their whole thing. And the whole season goes. At the end, you either decide, I'm going to leave with my original partner, I'm going to leave with my new partner, or I'm going to leave single. And so the dude and his original partner break up. And then he says he wants to leave with a new chick. So he leaves with the new chick, and she's like furious. But she grew a lot, and it was good. It was like actually like you throughout the season you realize like this is actually good for them. Like they just need to break it off because these people are not good for each other for the most part.
Yeah.
And so they break it off. He's with this new chick. So they leave. Bro. So he finds out this new chick was an OnlyFans model. She didn't tell him. And then he like kind of breaks up with her. So this is all on social media now. It's like not on the show anymore. This is just like hearsay, social media. They're going at each other.
Oh, so you're deep.
Yeah. I found this out later.
I also found this out later.
So because you want to keep up with these people. You're like, oh, where are they at now? And then she's like, I never liked him. I literally just played the game like it was all fake. It was all this or that, blah blah blah. It was crazy. And so like he totally like broke up with this girl, left with this other chick, and then she was like, "Yeah, I never actually liked you. You're gross." And he was like, "You're an OnlyFans model." Yeah. Like it was crazy.
Well, because when they could actually start talking about the show, the first thing that guy posted was a picture of him with another chick, like not the one from the show. But apparently, so I did hear that on the show when they had like this tent that they could go into, and it would just like
it was like the free for all tent.
Yeah, and
where there was no cameras.
Yeah, no cameras, and apparently that she told him that she was an OnlyFans model.
There.
Yeah, but he was like,
what does that mean?
Yeah,
how into it are you?
Well, yeah, and then,
how much do you make?
And then he was like, well, it's gonna look really weird if I randomly just stop talking to you in the show. So we'll just like play this out until the end.
I feel like at this point in the podcast, we've lost all of our listeners.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
No one's listening.
The last 10 minutes, you guys lost me, to be honest.
Dude, it's so interesting. Reality TV shows have become like the worst parts of humanity.
Oh, it's just a cesspool.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
The only there's only like a couple that have.
Bachelor with Chris Harrison was the last stronghold of like something.
Love on the Spectrum.
You can't hate on that.
Yeah, that's
above reproach.
Yeah, that's the only one I watch.
You can't hate on that.
That's what you watch.
Yeah,
yeah. No, bro, you got to get into Love Island.
Dude, you know what show
crazy.
I watched, and I'm pretty much caught up, is The Chosen.
Amazing. Thank you. Let's get something of sustenance.
Yeah, let's really shift.
So Love Island, the challenges they do are unreal, bro.